mistakes, and I'm sure the lads, when they watch the video, will see the odd mistakes happening and think we can improve here, because when you're playing South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, you can't afford to let those mistakes happen.
Absolutely, the Scots have been out there for a while. The Portuguese perhaps a little bit reluctant to emerge, but they're out there now, ready to go in the second half. And let's rejoin our commentary duos, Scott Hastings and Gaiety. John Taylor.
Thank you, Jim. Well, a lot of reflection, I'm sure, at half-time from the Portuguese, but they point to Italy all the time. I was talking to their coach, João Paulo Bressa, yesterday, and he was saying, just remember, we beat Italy 10 years ago, and look where they've gone from that. That's the sort of thing that we're aiming for. We know we're going to get well beaten today, but we shall learn a great deal from it. And they really are putting all their eggs in the basket of beating Spain on Wednesday. 8 of their best players have been rested for this game, and they outscored Spain in tries when they played back in April. They lost 33-22, but they were beaten by kicking. And the spirit in the Portuguese camp is quite something to behold. They're very, very keen indeed. Second half underway. Morale kicks off. Straight away, the Scots with good possession, coming from deep positions. Redpath again. Tom Smith having the time of his life. He loves the ball in hand. Mayer away to Townsend. Dragged down by Hoffman. Holding on to the ball in the tackle, quickly taken by Rocha. And they want back 10, so the Portuguese get another go. Varela just wrestling the ball free. Rocha now coming to take it up. The left footer. Hoffman with the kick to the corner. It's a good one, just 10 metres short of the Scottish line. Big cheers from the Scottish crowd. They want to see something from the Portuguese as well. Rowan Hoffman, a very accomplished player. The last time they were in this position, Paulo Silva made a horrible mess of the throw-in. He's got to get this straight. Mello at the front. Back goes Scotland. That's going to be a penalty to Portugal. Again, they're creating their screen. Little rush up. Melville Castro standing back. I wonder whether he's going to be the man to take the ball off the screen. Back it comes through. They've almost got through the gap. Big drive now. The best ball they've had. They put it wide. Morale cuts inside. Still trying to drive it over through the Scots. Back through Roger's legs. He couldn't even see it. He wasn't aware it was out at all. That was really peculiar. Leslie to Mayer. Out to Townsend. Suddenly it's the Scots away. Kenny Logan. Redpath still attacking the blind sides. Smith in it again. Just knocked down and knocked forward by Portugal. Scrum to Scotland. Well, that was one of the strangest little incidents I've ever seen, Scott.
Yeah, Portugal really, full credit to them. They come out in the second half. They were going for the try. Unfortunately, the ball popped out the back of the ruck there, and Scotland counter-attacked and actually unlucky enough to score at the other end. But again, look at this man, Tom Smith. He's a prop forward. He's out there on the wing. He's feeding passes, he's throwing down. He's been everywhere this afternoon.
Redpath, that pass behind Hodge. So set up by Leslie. Leslie in it again. Bullock up there on the wing. He sits it up. Better ball. Hodge to Mayer. Well tackled though. Tom Smith is the man at the back of the scrum. Was trying to get himself catapulted off, but people going over the top, so a penalty to Scotland. Hodge going for touch. Just inside the Portugal 22.
Yeah, good play there by Scotland. They're keeping the ball in hand. They're certainly using it through the backs. I think I would like to see the forwards taking off some of the backs to make these indenting runs into the opposition defence. But never mind, they are recreating possession there, and Scotland here attacking on the 22.
David Hilton showing he can get into the handling as well. Oh, but making a mistake. A good old props knock on there. Scotland getting the big shove on, disrupting the Portuguese But the scrum goes round through 90 degrees, so the referee will reset it. Again, the big push that time. Melo Castro picking up quickly to try and stop it. Tom Smith. Little knock forward.
Yeah, these little mistakes are just creeping Scotland again. It's another little knock on there, and what they obviously discussed, I'm trying to eliminate these errors from their game plan today, but hopefully it won't too many of them for the remainder of the game.
And you can see the Portuguese setting up, going for a very quick heel, and one thing they don't want is that Scottish push on before they get the ball in. Very quickly back. It's a better scrum. But now, almost through the middle. Good effort from Amaral. And he lost the ball on contact. Hodge. There's Cameron Murray trying to get through on the inside. He's the only three-quarter without a try so far. Hodge wide. And out that goes. Mayer never looked like doing anything else but scoring. And that's a hat-trick for Jamie Mayer.
Jamie Mayer will be delighted with that. A hat-trick of tries from him. He's actually scored a bundle of tries for the Edinburgh in the European Cup. But again, just good hand and just the straightening run. Takes on his opposite number there, through the tackle and in under the posts.
I bet you wish you'd played a few games where you got this much possession, Scott.
Well, it's nice, but all the damage has been done by the forwards. They're certainly taking on, and when, as a back, when you start to get ball like that, you're running onto the ball with confidence, you're putting the ball through the hands with confidence, and to get the tries like that, you know, it all helps in the overall game. Another good conversion there by Duncan Hodge. He'll be delighted with his kicking there.
So, the score up to Scotland 59, Portugal 0.
Again, it's the options that Scotland seem to have. Inside Jimmy Mayer was young Gordon both there, John Leslie as well in the running. But it's the options that Scotland have to develop that type of play.
After a fairly lean spell, Scott, you must be excited by players like Gordon Bullock coming through. Just 23 years old and looking very promising as a hooker.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, these guys, you know, when you come up against the South Africans, the New Zealand Maoris, and you don't get that amount of space. It gives them the confidence, and they'll be looking, you know, to develop this particular game plan coming into Spain, and to then use this as a launch pad for the Five Nations.
Penalty to Scotland just outside their own 22. Duncan Hodge finds touch up on halfway. And on is Joe Mutta, just 20 years old, youngest player in the squad. Joao Mutta, very promising centre. Dottie Weir getting the long pass away. Leslie takes it back to the right. Scott Murray makes the charge. Lovely little reverse pass from Redpath. Good stuff now, the back row getting into it, carrying it on and setting it up once more. Now it can come wide. All they've got to do is make the pass stick. Kenny Logan. Well, that's a penalty. He held on far too long, went for the second time, and it was harder not to score the score on that occasion.
Absolutely. Kenny Logan will be disgusted with himself here. He was greedy, to be honest with you. He didn't realise that the cover was there for Portugal, and full credit to Portugal for snuffing out a certain try for Scotland. Yeah, the gap opens up here. Yes, Kenny runs into the gap. Actually, he's taken well, but if he had the ball in two hands, he could maybe pop to Gregor Townsend, but just slightly greedy there.
He's only allowed to try and regain his feet and go again if he hasn't been brought down and held. And he was certainly held then. And Scott Murray coming out with the ball. Not penalised, holding down his opponent, said the referee. Scott Murray, of course, doesn't agree.
Well, I'm just pleased on that you know the Italian from the referee.
They're doing well, a good mixture of pidgin English and a few words of Italian chucked in too. Just explaining there to the Scottish captain Brian Redpath that there was very definitely interference from the Scottish forwards. Gathered off the top. Melo Castro from a deep position there, Amaral. Melo. And some good forward momentum from the Portuguese for once. Now they need to set it up. And the Scots just getting that final little tilt, so they come up with a put in the scrum.
Real pressure there in the contact phase there, but Scotland got the edge there, they got the put in, and they'll be as determined to keep that Portuguese score to the 0. Not done anything through this afternoon, they want to keep a clean sheet. Redpath to feed the scrum.
12 minutes gone in the second half, just one score to Scotland so far in this half. 59-0 they lead. Over the top goes David Hilton. Hodge gets it away beautifully, so does Townsend. Leslie carving open. And there goes Logan. Offloads beautifully to Cameron Murray, and Murray goes in for his first try of the afternoon. So now he can feel happy, all the three-quarters on the score sheet.
A lovely free-flowing move here from the Scotland back line. We pop there from Hodge out to Townsend. Leslie just straightens, feeds the dummy and gives Logan the scissors. I thought Kenny Logan might have been in the other wing actually, but feeds to Cameron Murray, who rounds his man and scores there. Great try, great support actually by the Scotland back division.
Very good support running, coming from deep positions. I don't think Kenny Logan would dare hold on to the ball and try and go himself after the miss on the other wing.
No, absolutely not. But the interesting thing was the angles of the running. There, John Leslie just feinted outside. He gave scissors to Kenny Logan, who switched, and again there seemed to be another scissors pass back inside to Cameron Murray, who then went outside and scored. So it was the angles of running that impressed me in that try, as well as the support.
It's got the Leslie brothers look to be really, really good fans for Scotland. I mean, born and bred and well steeped in New Zealand rugby, and they add that touch of experience to a side that needs it.
Yes, John Leslie reminds me of the former Scotland centre, Sean Lynn, who with a key as well. They've been a bit of dynamism to the Scotland back division, a bit of straightening, a bit of nous, and certainly they've made their impact in Scottish rugby. You've got to remember that these guys have only actually been in the country for something like 5 weeks and already playing for Scotland, scoring tries for Scotland, and contributing to an excellent performance here this afternoon.
They of course qualify through grandparents. Gary Armstrong coming on at scrum half to take over from Brian Redpath, the Scottish captain. And that's no respite for the Portuguese. Gary Armstrong, of course, vastly experienced, winning his 42nd cap. Meyer offloading there to Butch Putney. Laid back. Armstrong finds Hodge. And Gregor Townsend putting away Gordon Bullock, and there's nothing a hooker likes better than scoring a try from a wing.
That was definitely one-way traffic here, but all started from the kick-off. Gary Armstrong, what a return to the international fray here. He got the back line running, but again, what was important was the Leslie brothers again were combining both this movement. There's John giving on the pass to Gregor Townsend, taking it on to Gordon Bullock to give him the run in, but look at the support there from Scott Murray as well.
Well, for the first 6 minutes of the half, the Portuguese gamely kept the Scots down and even managed to put on some pressure themselves, but suddenly the floodgates have opened again. 11 tries now to Scotland. And that the second from a forward. Eric Peters went over for the third try, and now Gordon Bullock goes over for the 11th. Well, he started maybe a little shakily, missing a couple of conversions, 2 out of 4 at one stage, but he hasn't missed one since. So that's the 9th conversion for Duncan Hodge, and Scotland leads 74-0.
Once again, the space created by the forwards allowed the backs to operate, and well, Gordon Bullock has been quite outstanding around the park today. He takes the ball everywhere, he takes the ball hard, he runs hard, and full credit to him for getting that try.
Points firing out so fast. My apologies, I've given Scotland one more than they should have had. It's 73-0. They lead, of course. As you saw, substitution, Pelham Marquez off, and Alcino Silva comes on to take his place. Good loop around from Hodge. Very strangely, he's ruled that that was obstruction, that there was somebody stopping a tackle again to the man. I have to say, I didn't really see anything wrong.
It's one of these technicalities now. Here's the run around. Jamie Mayer running in front of the ball. Yes, he takes out the number 17, Jim Mutter. And although the gap was open, it was unfortunate that it was picked up.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision looking at it again. He certainly made contact with Mutter, and Mutter was in a position where he might have got outside to make the tackle. So good refereeing again from Giovanni Morandin. He's done a good job. And this time, Morao decides that it's irresistible. Points on the board, just so they can say that they weren't beaten to nil. Right in front, 25 metres out. Through the middle it goes. A huge cheer from the crowd. And Bruno Morao puts Portugal on the board. Struggling there, Morao tackled without the ball. The man penalised, Martin Leslie. Alan Tate. On into the centre, again, tremendous experience. John Leslie, having scored 2 tries, is replaced by Alan Tate. Played, of course, for the British Lions in that series victory over South Africa in 1997. Winning his 18th cap and vastly experienced in both Union and League. Oldest man on the park, 34 years old. Varela, the fullback, comes off, and Rui Gomes comes on. Little Russia, set up by Melo Castro. The passes are getting shorter. Hoffman comes in. Now the Scottish forwards just drive them off the ball and come up with it for themselves. Murray. Penalty Scotland, diving through and over the top. Gary Armstrong wasted no time at all. Smith can't hold on to it, but nobody was back 10 metres. So the Scots will get to take the kick again at the leisure.
Yes, I reckon they'll just go for a touch here and take the set phase ball and have an option off the line out.
Duncan Hodge. Jody Weir soaring above everybody. Well, the Scots certainly have this under control. It's in Smith's hands at the moment. And the referee telling Scotland they've got to use it, and he's going to penalise them. In fact, he's given a scrum. I thought he was going to penalise them because he was screaming, use the ball, you've been held up. And they've given away possession. Big push again, but well held this time by the Portuguese. Morao gets away, a good kick to touch, left-footed, takes play back up on the 22. Brotherson on and immediately into the action. Huge bang in the centre from Meyer. Well, it nearly came off, but well intercepted by the Portuguese captain Ferreira. Meyer sliding his way through. Logan in at the corner.
Logan scoring his second try of the afternoon there. Good pass by Cameron Murray. He knew where the space was. He just feints, straightens outside. Mayer just stretches the defence. Kenny Logan actually did very well to score here. 3 or 4 defenders there from the Portuguese team, and sensibly takes it around to make the kick that's slightly bit easier for Duncan Hodge. Now Logan recognising the fact that he was going to have to beat men to score. Steps inside twice. Good try by Kenny Logan.
Well, Duncan Hodge lining up kick. He's still a fair way off Gavin Hastings, 44 points against the Ivory Coast. And off target that time, his 3rd miss of the afternoon. But Scotland in absolute cruise mood now. Scotland 78, Portugal 3. Again, a good effort from the Portuguese. They're showing plenty of inventiveness. They just cannot hold on to quality possession for long enough. Played back beautifully again by Smith. Now as we get into this last quarter that the Portuguese must be feeling very tired. They have to do an awful lot of tackling. Hodge flicks it up back to Gary Armstrong. And goes up. And then Tate. Portugal come up with it. The referee blows, it'll be their scrum.
Yet again, one of the unforced errors creeping into Scotland's play there. Jamie Mayer just knocking the ball on from Alan Tate's pass. But here we see Scotland doing a wise thing and actually warming up, hopefully a couple of substitutions. It's sensible to give these guys a run, get them involved.
Well, Duncan Hodgson has taken one of Big Brother's records. He's just overtaken Gavin's 9 conversions in one match.
Yeah, it's been a good performance for Duncan Hodge. He's actually controlled, he's got his back division running as well, and yeah, he'll be pretty pleased with his kicking as well.
Stuart grinds on for Dardy Weir. Murray stepping out of the tackle, but the Portuguese just getting back, still defending bravely. Eric Peters loses the ball, good tackle, shoveled away. And there they are out of space, there's Mota. Was Miguel Portilla, the flanker. Morale's kick wasn't deep enough, he's given the initiative back to Scotland. Kenny Logan fancies his chances. Loose play, he's not offside. What can he do now? Straight through his man, he did well. Great run from Louis Lamache. Trying to put it wide, but all by himself at the moment is Paulo Silva. And Scotland have turned them over. They're very bad at the moment, but if they get it wide, they've got an overlap. Alan Tate. Back inside to Meyer. Holding on in the tackle, penalty to Portugal.
Well, they've got handed to the Portuguese. They're still battling in there. They're still trying to hang in the game. They're determined to try and get a score here. And here's Lamache running in the wing. Watch the way he takes on Townsend here. Great, come to inside. Bosh, look at this. Big hit there. Gets back up on his feet. But, you know, full credit to them. They're really trying to make a game of it. They're determined to get this try. But unfortunately, it's this lack of continuity within their game. They keep losing possession at crucial times. Scotland are turning over. And here we are back at the 10-yard line. Portuguese throw-in.
Coming out to 29 minutes gone in the second half. And I wonder whether they know most that Scotland have scored as 89 against the Ivory Coast in that 95 World Cup. And they clearly like to keep it below that. So now Miguel Portela. Another great little run from Saldana. In they pile, can they get it quickly again? There's no room blind. Good, he's changed his mind, got open. Bota. Thumped down by 2 of the Scots, but he's got the ball back, laid it back very well. Can they get it wide this time? And what a shame. Hoffman just took his eye off the ball. But the referee said all the Scots were offside from the ball before that happened. Quickly taking his all by himself. Set up. Wide it comes. Chip and go. It's a poor chip, though. It's too far from Hoffman. Trying to take a leaf out of Will Greenwood's book there. That little chip and chase that he seems to perfect it so close to the line. And that's a poor drop out from Duncan Hodge. Went backwards. And a scrum to the Portuguese. Into the last 10 minutes.
Well, Portugal for a scrum here. They're going for this particular try we've been talking about, and the Scottish crowd have actually, I think, turned to support the Portuguese and see if they can get this elusive try.
Melo Castro digs in. Back it comes to Brau. He puts it all the way back to Hoffman, who goes for a drop goal. And it's over. It never got above 15 foot high, but it was high enough over the bar. And Rowan Hoffman has made it 78 points to 6.
Well, he struck that one well. He certainly split the uprights. Hoffman will be delighted with that. And I suppose the real measure is Portugal's game against Spain midweek.
Gathered in by Barbosa. Saldana was there on the big run. Melo Castro. Still full of running, the Portuguese. Tom Smith comes away, another one who loves to run. Mistake from Duncan Hodge.
Yeah, it's frustrating here. We've got another small error. Scotland are going to try and eliminate these from the game, but they've had such an abundance of possession. They've been running everything. The guys are going to be tired there after their physical effort this afternoon.
You can see there from their statistics, Duncan Hodge passing most of the ball, using it, but the Scots have only scored 26 points in the second half compared to 52 in the first. And a turnover there, great chance now. Scott Murray charging away, and away comes Butch Pountney. His first try for Scotland. Nothing was going to deny him.
Well, Butch Pountney's done a lot of the unceremonial tasks this afternoon. He's been supporting all the backs play, but here we are, just another turnover here. Scott Murray steps big, Gary Armstrong, maybe a hint of a forward pass there, but Butch Pountney steps at the tackle, in under the post, gives Duncan Hodge the easy option of the kick in front of the posts.
There it goes. The 10th conversion leaves him the record. 13 tries, 10 conversions. Scotland leading 85-6. This game going into the final few minutes, just 4 minutes of full time left. And remember, after this you can see all the highlights of England against Australia. Morale with the restart. Well laid back by Murray. Hodge didn't go forward. Taken, now can he make the most of it this time? Almost away was little Saldana. And a Scottish hand in there. That was a Grimes getting a big old second row's hand right round the wrong side of the ruck to try and scrape it back, but spotted again. Giovanni Morandini's done a good job. And the kick goes into touch from Hoffman. A line out to Portugal, just 2 or 3 metres out. Scottish been a really spirited reply by the Portuguese. I mean, they obviously knew they were well beaten at half-time, but fair play, their heads have stayed up and they've really gone for it.
Yeah, they have. They're not spirited. They're still going for here. They are driving off from the line out.
And the Scots, who since would love to see them score, they're all cheering. The referee can't see, and he's not going to be bulleted into giving a try. A cool head boost from the crowd. They wanted it.
Well, there was a few hands up there for the Portuguese, but Scott defend held firm.
Well, Melo Castro came up with the ball, but you never know, they're tricky, these forwards. He could easily have just made sure that he grabbed it to grab the glory after it had gone down. But no, it might well have been. For the referee right, you couldn't possibly tell from that. More substitutions, Longstaff and Burnell on for Murray and Hilton. "76 minutes gone," as you can see there on the caption. 85-0. Scotland need one more try to set a new record score, beating that they scored against the Ivory Coast in the '95 World Cup. That was out, said the referee. So Scotland perfectly entitled to get in their ticket. Smith again setting up the ruck. Offside, creeping around the edge. Never did he get to Gary Armstrong that quickly, legally.
Yeah, Gary knows how to play that offside line well, and a lot of experience behind that Newcastle late, the Newcastle Falcons that he plays for. He'll be delighted to be having another run out here at Murrayfield, having not been involved over the last 2 games. But back to the action now, and Duncan Hodge has found a good touch, just short of halfway.
Well, Barbosa, Portela and Melio Castro, the back row for the Portuguese, have really worked the socks off. Smith to Peters, he sets it up. And going past the man, taking people out, penalty to Portugal. Lovely little dummy. Set up well. Portela trying to go through. The two Miguels, Barbosa and Portela, working hard for Portugal in the back row. In practice they were saying we've got to call one of them something else but Miguel because it's getting in the way of all the signalling. And Barbosa just said, "Call me machine."
As long as he doesn't call himself San Miguel.
Penalty Scotland. Going through at the back of the line now illegally. Smith. What a good little footballer he is. Hodge carries it on. The pass from Gregor Townsend, knocked on by Jimmy Mayer. And creeping into the last minute of full time, can the Portuguese hold Scotland out?
This has been frustrating, the way the game has maybe just petered out here at the end. Scotland have just committed too many unforced errors, and I think Scotland tried to just miss one or two more tries.
Well, they robbed Portugal at that scrum. Little forward pass there, again spotted by the referee. So although Portugal have lost about 10 metres, they get a chance again. The referee just getting excited, saying don't go down too early. And Scotland have had a free kick. On comes Rob Wainwright, getting enormous experience. I think for the 38th time for Scotland, Eric Peters coming off. And Scotland at the moment have got 16 men on the field. Peters eventually realises it is him who has to go off. Right, half a minute of injury time already played, and so perhaps this is Scotland's last chance to go for that record. They need one more try to overhaul the 89 points they scored against the Ivory Coast. Straight through the middle, but they're just lost too casual, waiting for the support to come, and just took his eye off the ball.
Well, I was watching Rob Wainwright in support of that move there, and I'd say Martin Leslie dropped the ball, but if he'd held firm, Wainwright could have actually been in for a try.
It's gone through 90 degrees, and now the Portuguese scrum in all sorts of trouble. Can they dig in and get one more clean possession? That looks better. It's a slow heel, though. Rao just chips into space. It's a good one. Beautifully taken by Hoffman. Hoffman away. Trying to go all the way. Gregor Townsend after him. Hoffman just getting his ears back. He's going to get there. The most popular scorer of the afternoon. What a great way for Portugal to finish. Rowan Hoffman, a naturalised Australian, goes over in the corner. But Gregor Townsend's defence leaving something to be desired.
Well, Rohan Hoffman is just going to be delighted with that score. Full credit to the Portuguese. We've said it time again this afternoon. They've really stuck at it. That was a great counter-attack from their own 22. He certainly stretches legs. Poor defence by going far too high in the tackle. Allowed himself to get handed off. And he'll be equally as frustrated letting that try go through. But again, Hoffman, superb try for him. And great credit and full credit to the whole Portuguese side who stuck to their task. And their measure is actually their game against Spain, as we've said before. But they've put on a performance, they've tried hard, and they've come back and scored a try.
Great way for them to finish, still going strong. Hoffman, their player of the year last season, goes in for a try. Morau with the conversion attempt right through the touchline. Oh, just short. Right on target, but just a few yards short. So there we are. A tremendously spirited performance from the Portuguese, but really no trouble for Scotland. They didn't break the record. The final score, Scotland 85, Portugal 11.
Thank you very much indeed, John Taylor and Scott Hastings, your commentators. There's plenty more analysis to come from us here at Murrayfield. And well done, the Portuguese. A brilliant late try that there by Hoffman. We'll be looking at that once again. But still to come on this big afternoon of rugby here on ITV. Best moments from Twickenham. England against Australia. We'll be right back.
And it's 1-0 to City. 1-0 City in the dying seconds of the game. With the goal in the dying moments, City have risen from the depths like ascending Atlantis. City, which, if they progress to the next round of the cup, will be paved with gold. Dreams and the light imagined.